That was lovely. I'm so far really liking my new smaller planner. I'm channeling the autumn vibes with my outfit and my makeup today. I think, is that a bad idea? That's probably a bad idea. I'm more than halfway through. That's exciting. Which is time well spent. Don't regret that. Some days not everything is going to get done. Good morning and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It is great to have you all here. It is Wednesday morning, so we are in the middle of the second full week of classes, but it's not really a full week because we had a holiday Monday. So it's just a couple days after the last day that I vlogged, but I thought I would vlog a Wednesday this week. I feel like we'll probably just try to vlog one or two like weekdays each week over the next few weeks to just kind of see how my weeks are starting out at the start of the semester. One of the things I really need to do in these first few weeks is really nail down my like fall routine, my fall semester daily routine for the weekdays. I feel like my morning routines have become pretty set. I wake up at 5:30, I quickly get ready, and by about 6, it's 6:04, I dash out for a morning walk. The sun is now starting to come up right at like 6:04, 6:03, something like that. Yeah, sunrise, 6:04. So the sun is just coming up, but I have noticed on my walk yesterday, well, 3 days ago, on September 1st, I went out for a morning walk, and I was out there at about 6:20 something. I think it was like 6:22 when I looked at my watch, and the sun was just coming up over the mountain ridge, the ridge line. So I think it takes about 20 minutes from sunrise for the sun to actually be high enough to come over the mountain. That's motivating me even more to like get up as close to 5:30 as possible, to not lay in bed for like 20 minutes, but to just get up, get ready, and get out there by around this time so that I have about 20 minutes to get to this one point on my walk where I have a pretty good view of the sun coming up over the mountain. So I did that yesterday, got some pretty pictures and a short video. So I thought I would try to do it again today with you all. So we'll see if I can get to that point again, or if I'm not quite in the right position. It'll still be a beautiful sunrise walk. So it is just starting to get light out. Like, it is light out enough at this point for me to be outside, and there were a few people out there yesterday as well, so it's not like it's still really dark. The sun is technically up and above the horizon line and lighting the whole valley. It's just not shining on my immediate neighborhood yet because I live so close to those mountains. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do today, and I need to do some proofreading. I did 3 chapters yesterday, so I want to try to do at least 2 today. I'm trying to do at least 2 a day every day this week, except Thursday. Thursday's the one day where if I don't manage to do any. So I'm glad I got 3 done yesterday, because it means if I can continue doing at least 2 a week, I should get to my goal for the week. I want to try to do 8 total for the week, which actually means I do need to do 2 because I didn't do any on Monday. No, because I'm counting the weekend. So I should get over 8 for the week. But anyway, my voice is still waking up. So I'm going to stop talking. I'll give you the full plan for the day when we get back from the walk, and I'll give you updates on proofreading and everything as we move through the vlog. I've got a lot of teaching to do, so I'll talk you through kind of what a typical Wednesday is looking like for me. And yeah, just kind of starting to play around with my fall semester daily routine. But the one part of the routine that I know is solid are these walks. So I've got my water, which I need to drink because my voice clearly needs it. And I need to get my shoes and my little pack. And then we can get out and go find that sunrise. That was lovely. I saw a hummingbird and a cute bunny and a bunch of quail and a beautiful sunrise. That sunrise was so gorgeous. I swear, it really is adding the motivation to like get up and get out. There is just something about watching the light change literally second by second as the sun is coming up. I'm not over it. Like, it's amazing. I love sunsets. I've known that I love sunsets, but I've not typically been awake early enough to enjoy a sunrise. But throughout this summer, like, obviously this is really the first week that I've been able to see the sun actually come up over the mountains. And the last few days of August, we were getting a lot of clouds overnight, and so there would be like clear sky straight above me, but there'd be clouds over the mountains, and so it would take an extra like 20 minutes for the sun to get high enough to come up over those clouds. So it really wasn't until September 1st that we had a completely clear morning and were able to see the sun coming up over the ridgeline of the mountains. And then, yeah, I got to see it again yesterday and today, so that's exciting. Yeah, it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning. It's still warm. It's still warm, and it's going to get warmer because tomorrow it's supposed to be like 114. I'm not okay. Like this morning it was 80. Tomorrow the high is supposed, or the morning low is supposed to be 82. Friday it will be 86 because it's going to get so hot on Thursday. And then Saturday it goes back down to 83, Sunday 81. But then like starting on Tuesday, I'm seeing some upper 70s pop up as the low. So we'll see if that holds. It probably won't, but I do feel like 80, 81, like what we had today, is going to be the normal for at least the next week or so. Anyway, I need to get on with the rest of my morning. So it's just past 7. Wasn't out for that long, but talking to you all is taking up some time, and I got distracted by my phone. That's part of what I need to change about my routine, is probably like putting a morning focus restriction on my phone, so that like I can't get texts, I can't log on to things. Like I need to maybe set an app lockdown or something, that I can't even go into certain apps until like 9 o'clock, because I do feel like I waste a little bit of time some mornings with that. But for right now, I need to go jump in the shower and get myself cleaned up, and then I have basically from now until 9 to myself. So I'm still figuring out, like some mornings I use that just to relax and like let my brain continue waking up. Other mornings, like last Thursday, I did some proofreading. I don't know if I'll do that today or if I'll wait and do some proofreading later in the afternoon. I might work from my desk for my lunch hour and then stop work about an hour early, and do my proofreading at like 4. So yeah, and that I'm happy to like let that fluctuate from one day to the next, just knowing I have options. So I'm gonna see how I feel while I'm taking my shower, and then I'll decide if I want to do just relaxing or if I want to do some proofreading as well. I do usually have a small snack or a small breakfast, usually some yogurt and some cereal, so I will do that as soon as I get out of my shower and then take it from there. Okay, I am at my desk. It's just about 9 o'clock. Time to get to work. I'm just logging into everything. Oh, I need to publish the vlog. I knew there was something I needed to do. Okay, I'm gonna do that in a minute. So I'm just looking at all my planners. So I need to get my big daily planner swapped over and start. I've been using this more as like a diary, like a capturing my day as it happens. So like capturing my schedule, jotting down stuff that comes up. But I am so far really liking my new smaller planner, my weekly planner. I just like being able to see the whole week. I feel more motivated to decorate my planner when I'm seeing the whole week at a time. To decorate a page when I'm only going to see it for that one day just isn't as fun. And the big planner, the daily planner, is too big to leave 2 days open at a time. So yeah, so this is what I do my like weekly planning at the beginning of the week in, and then my day-to-day I kind of do in the big planner. And then for teaching work, this has definitely been working so far, so fingers crossed it keeps up. For teaching work, I have been really liking my big planner. So this is daily, but just for Monday through Friday. So it's not a full daily, weekly. I mean, I almost wish I could find something in this setup, and I'll keep an eye out for it. I do kind of like this setup, but if it included the week, like if instead the weekend, like if instead of this class subject section, which I'm using as like a task manager section, like if it was instead of subjects and then Monday through Friday, if it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Although if it was in a smaller size, then the boxes wouldn't be as big. Like I like how much space I have in each day to manage my schedule, but also manage tasks, but then also still be able to see a whole week at a time if I want to. So I don't know. The quest for the perfect planner for me. One of you did send me, I guess there's an Italian brand that does a monthly, weekly, and daily planner, and I'm definitely going to look at that when at the end of next year when this one runs out. I feel like I'll be spending the next 17 months or however long that calendar is looking at all the other planners that I haven't yet looked at and like trying to find something. Part of my problem as well is that what works really well for me in the summer doesn't work as well in autumn and the spring when I'm teaching. And I do think though that this could be a game changer, that just having my teaching work in a separate planner, that might be the way to go from here on out. I've always avoided getting these lesson planners because I thought, well, I'm not a primary or secondary teacher. I don't do lesson planning in the same way. I don't have, you know, the different classes throughout the day. I just kind of teach on one day, but it really has been working to manage my tasks and my schedule even on the days I'm not teaching. So yeah, it is working so far. So I've got it flipped over to Wednesday. So I already have some stuff jotted down. I've got a rough idea of what I'm doing today. But yeah, I will probably get up in a little bit and go get some coffee, but I like to sit down as close to 9 o'clock as possible, and at least I usually do, and I need to add this to my planner, I'm trying to get into the habit of checking my email twice a day. Once first thing in the morning, and then one more time at the end of the day. And I don't know, it's hard. I should probably, if part of me feels like I should be keeping an eye on it a little bit throughout the day in case a student sends me a draft or has a question. Like I technically can take. I can take as long as I want, but my personal policy is within 24 hours. So like I don't have to reply within an hour of them sending an email, but I do still try to get back to my students as quickly as possible. But I'm also trying to incorporate more blocks of time to get more teaching focus work done. So things like grading, lesson planning, and not getting distracted from that because a new email has popped up. I might just need to put in like a midday email block. I don't know when I would have time to do that today. And it doesn't work every day. My schedule's not the same every day. So like today, Monday and Tuesday usually are pretty easy. They're just work from home days. They're entirely on my own schedule, which is great. Wednesday, I have office hours from 10 to noon. That's here at home on Zoom, but from 10 to noon, I have to be logged on Zoom. And then this Wednesday, because it's the first Wednesday of the month, I have a meeting that I need to attend also on Zoom. So today I'm working at home. I'm not going anywhere, but I do have 2 fixed time things that I have to be on Zoom for that amount of time. Office hours are still somewhat productive because most times students don't come to office hours. I might have a couple students come today though, because I have had some students email me and ask me questions and have said that they can come and talk more in office hours. But in between students coming into office hours, I can get work done. So office hours, of the 2 hours I'm on Zoom for that, I will still be working for like at least an hour and a half of that time, even if students do come. They're not going to fill up that time. But then the meeting later is something that I can't work through. I've got to be paying attention to the meeting and all of that and taking notes and stuff like that. So that will be about an hour that I'm not getting work done. So it's also why I'm a little bit dressed up. Figured if I need to be on camera today for the vlog, and I mean, you've seen I vlog looking pretty scruffy sometimes, and I don't really care because the vlogs are my daily life and I don't dress up every day. But if a student might see me or if my colleagues are gonna see me, I've put on some fall makeup. I got out one of my favorite autumnal colored palettes and did some eyeshadow, and then I dug out this, I don't even know if they still make these, but
I am really kind of liking it, so I'd like it in different colors. And now with my luck, they're not going to sell them anymore. But this is Sephora. It's their Melting Lip Click, but it feels like a really just glossy balm. It feels really nice on the lips, like not like lipstick. And it's given me a, we'll have to see when I'm editing it on my camera and like when you're watching it on a bigger screen. But I feel like it looks really cute, especially with the orange sweater. So yeah, I'm feeling cute today. I don't often feel cute, especially not when it's still this hot outside. I'm channeling the autumn vibes with my outfit and my makeup today, so anyway. So yeah, I need to get to work. I need to get through my email. I'm gonna try to get through my email before my office hours start, and then probably get up and get some coffee before office hours start, because once office hours start, I don't really like to get up from my desk just in case a student pops in. I like to be able to catch them and like admit them into the Zoom room as soon as I see them pop up. So yeah, I've got a little bit of time still. So yeah, I've got about an hour, a little bit less before I need to do that. So we'll just see how much email I can get done and hopefully get through email. There doesn't look like there's a ton, so I should be able to get through all these emails and start doing some grading before office hours start. And then hopefully while office hours are going, I will try to also get their brainstorming exercises for my advanced writing class, my advanced writing students, try to get those graded, because that's the priority for grading today. If I can get to the final drafts for my business writing students today, that'll be cool. But if those need to wait until Friday, that's fine too. So yeah, before I do any of that, I'm gonna publish this vlog because it is now a few minutes late being published. So hopefully no one was too upset about that. And yeah, then we'll get to work. Okay, it is afternoon, like it's past 12 p.m. I had a student come to office hours right at 11:50, and then we were having technical issues, which ended up turning out to be my fault, so that was not embarrassing at all. We figured it out in the end. My only excuse is just that my brain is still on summer vacation, which all of my students pretty much understand that because they're the same. So yeah, I am now finally going to make some lunch, breakfast lunch. After I finished on Zoom with the student, I had been working on grading prior to that, and so I had like 5 final drafts left of the one class. So I'm like, I just want to get that done. So I got those done, but it means I'm starting to make lunch about 15 minutes later than planned. But that is okay. I will adjust. So I need to get everything for lunch. Which is basically breakfast, because I like breakfast more than I like lunch. So I haven't had like toast and eggs and stuff like that yet today, so that's what we're doing for lunch. So basically it's all going well so far.
I'm making really good progress on grading. I'm not sure, I've got some admin stuff I need to do later today, so I'm of two minds. Like, do I focus on the admin stuff today and then finish up all the grading on Friday? Because I probably won't get to do much grading tomorrow on campus. I need to do my lesson planning, which I can also do that tomorrow in my office during office hours. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, of everything that needs to be done throughout this week, I will have some discussion board posts that I have to read through and grade on Friday, because my business writing students, basically, they have discussion board posts they have to do every week. They're pretty easy. I've made it like more of a professional networking type thing than a prove you've done the reading type discussion post. I don't want the discussion board to be that, I don't want it to feel like a chore for them, but it is a fully online class. These are business students, and it feels like this is a good way of getting them to practice professional social writing, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of treating their discussion board as if it's the community side of LinkedIn. I am trying to still have it be some sort of professional networking social type writing, so a different tone than most of their assignments are written in, and something that feels a little bit more low stakes, low pressure, but is still getting them to do a fair bit of writing each week. Because, you know, my whole perspective is the more you write, the better of a writer you're going to be. My students don't really like that too much. I think my advanced writing students would get behind that a little bit more, and they're going above and beyond with their discussion board. For my first year writing students, their discussion board is basically a place for them to put down their thoughts about the reading, and I'm just asking them to do like 2 to 3 things you find interesting and 1 to 2 questions you want to discuss in class. And so they're definitely like getting practice in writing down their thoughts and critical thinking and like critical reading and critical thinking and how all that connects. So their discussion board, I've read through all of their posts for what we'll discuss in class tomorrow. So that's going pretty well. I'm so excited. This will be the 3rd class period and the 2nd class period that we're like properly discussing things. Once again, their questions are just so interesting, and I'm really disappointed that we're not going to have time to go over every single question, because their questions are all just so good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to being on campus, because it is going to be flipping hot out there tomorrow. So I'm not looking forward to that. But I am looking forward to seeing my students, and I think it's going to be another good class. I do probably want to do my lesson plan. Well, I don't need to do my lesson plan today. I just need to think about the questions I want to pose and see if they want to discuss. But yeah, anyway, I will figure that out. For now, I'm going to have lunch. I'm not going to eat at my desk like I thought I would. I do need to step away from the desk, but I think I'm going to try to get at least 1 chapter proofread while I'm eating. Actually, yeah, because I can proofread while I eat, I think. Is that a bad idea? That's probably a bad idea. I'm going to relax while I eat. And then as soon as I'm done eating, I'm going to switch to proofreading. And I'm going to try to get at least 1 chapter done, if not 2. I think I was averaging around, I was going through it pretty quickly, but I still think I'm averaging around like 20 minutes per chapter, 20 to 30. So if of my hour, part of it's being spent cooking. So yeah, this is what I'm still figuring out with my daily and weekly routine, is just how the times all break down and how to still find time to get my personal book work and stuff done without working until 7 o'clock, because I go to bed at 8. See, back when I was staying up until midnight, if I worked until 7, like if I did my teaching work day up until 5, and then I worked on book stuff, you know, writing, editing, whatever, until 7, if I was staying up until midnight, I still had 5 hours to just zone out and relax. But because I'm going to bed at 9, I try to turn everything off out here and get, need to get these going, which is going to mess up the sound. So yeah, I try to get everything shut down out here and be going into the bedroom by 8 so I can have lights out by around 9. And so if I'm doing that, I can't work until 7. That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. So like I really need to be stopping work by like 5:30. So I think today I do need to work on my newsletter. I might do my newsletter tomorrow before work, but I would like to try to do my newsletter today. So if I can do at least one chapter of proofreading before I go back to work after lunch, then at 5 I can do my newsletter and proofread one more chapter. That might be what we do. But for now, I'm going to eat lunch. Okay, it is nearing 5 o'clock, but I'm calling it done for the day. I'm kind of at a good stopping point with my teaching work. But yeah, everything went well. My second meeting went well. Finished a little sooner than I was expecting, so that was great. Which allowed me to get more work done, which is probably why I'm a little ahead, because I had factored on not having as much time this afternoon, and then I ended up with more time this afternoon. So teaching work is done. Now I need to get my newsletter sorted, or at least start it. My newsletter. I'm enjoying doing the newsletter. I'm really proud of myself that I've been able to stick with weekly, like every Friday. So I promise you I'm not spamming you when I send these emails, but once a week has definitely been easier than trying to do once a month. I'm trying to get the email mostly drafted by Wednesday, and by Wednesday I have both links for both of the vlogs that have gone up this week, so I can include the links in the text. And then I will try to also either get everything copied into MailerLite today. I probably won't do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. So tomorrow when I get home from teaching, or tomorrow morning, I suppose, I will copy everything into my email service website and get everything formatted. So I'm going to work on getting a quick email thing drafted up for this week, because anything is better than nothing. This is my mantra this whole semester. I just want to get that done, and then I want to try to proofread one more chapter. So proofreading, I did do one over my lunch break. I got chapter 13 done, so I'm more than halfway through. That's exciting. I'm halfway through the proofreading process. I think if we include all the back matter I have to edit, I think I am like pretty much exactly halfway through. I'm pretty much halfway done. That's really, really cool. I'm really happy with that. Done with the read through. Then I've got to go back through and make all the changes. And I'm kind of allotting up to 3 days to do that. I don't think it will take 3 full days. It might
might only take 1, it will probably take 2, it could take 3, so I'm just mentally preparing for 3, and if I get it done faster than that, cool. So I don't think it will be done by the 8th, because that only gives me 4 more days, not including today. So I don't think it'll be done by the 8th, but I think it will be done before the 16th, including the corrections. I think everything, including the corrections, like having the entire book interior done, will happen by or before the 16th at the rate I'm going. So watch this space. So I do want to go do 1 more chapter of proofreading so that I can at least stick with 2 a day, at least 2 a day. That's been what I've been aiming for. So I'm going to spend about 15 minutes working on this email, and then probably about 30 minutes working on proofreading, and then I really want to be stopping to have dinner by or before 6 o'clock. So that is the goal. Okay, I am up. Well, I'm out here a little late. It's only 8:15, but I usually try to get done out here and like get into the bedroom by 8. But as you can see, I've taken off my makeup already. So I've done full skincare for the evening. So all I need to do to get ready for bed is brush my teeth and change into my jammies. It's been a lovely evening. It's been really nice. It's been short. I think I've said I'm like still figuring out my routine and stuff. And there are definitely days where if I do end up working later, it just makes my evening feel really, really short, because I have gotten pretty strict about like 8 o'clock TV goes off, but I'll still get to bed on time. I just will have less time to read. I'm still reading Blackbird Oracle. I think I'm up to chapter 5. I'm reading it a little bit slowly because I'm just reading like a chapter or 2 at night before bed, which I like is hard because part of me just wants to tear through this book. But yeah, I'm struggling a little bit, not like struggling in a bad way, but just I'm still adjusting to the new schedule and figuring out how much personal work, like non-teaching work, can I get done in a day and in a week. And one thing I'm trying really, really hard this semester is, and this is kind of a continuation of what I talked about a couple vlogs ago, I'm trying really hard this semester not to beat myself up when I don't live up to my expectations of how much I can get done in a day, in a week, in a month, whatever. And so I managed to get an okay amount done today, but there's that part of me that still wishes I could have gotten more done. I did manage 3 chapters of proofreading. I think what I'm struggling with is throughout the summer, I was managing my business stuff and editing work and my book editing work and social media work and marketing. Like, I was doing a lot, and now I'm realizing, like, during the week I really only have time for like 2 non-teaching, like 1 big non-teaching related task. So today that was the proofreading, and then like 1 or 2 really small things like posting something on social media. But I just don't have the time to do as much as I was managing during the summer, and my brain is still making that adjustment that like that's okay and that's normal and that's how it's kind of going to be. And like, I think there's more work that I need to be doing on the weekends as far as like creating content that can then be posted during the week and stuff like that. Doing more vlog editing on the weekends so that I don't have to fit that in during the week. And also reminding myself on a day like today when I'm vlogging that like vlogging counts as doing something. Like, essentially I was doing 2 big tasks today, proofreading and vlogging, because I probably spent, don't know exactly where we're at now, but I feel like I've got at least an hour and 15 minutes, possibly an hour 25 minutes of uncut talking footage. And so that's an hour and 20 minutes that I've spent talking to you all today, which is time well spent. Don't regret that. But my brain really doesn't consider vlogging as work because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like I'm just chatting with a friend. But all my lovely friends, all of you lovely people, but that's still time. It's kind of like I've taken almost an hour and a half of my day today to go meet up with you all at a coffee shop. It's the same time equivalent. And so that's an hour plus that could have been spent on doing a couple Instagram posts and doing something for LinkedIn and working on my newsletter earlier and stuff like that. So the vlogging takes up time that then has to get factored and pulled from other places. And obviously I'm not pulling that from time allotted for my full-time job. I'm pulling that from time that I would take a break, or time that I would like maybe start early or work a little bit late. So yeah, I do end up feeling a little bit more productive on days I'm not vlogging because I'm just putting my head down and getting stuff done. So I probably need to be like trying to vlog 1 weekday and 1 weekend day or something like that. Like this week I vlogged on Monday, which was a holiday. Had plenty of time to vlog that day. But I also don't want to only vlog on the weekends because I want to be able to rest on the weekends, and vlogging just still takes brain power. One day I'll sit down and like talk you all through how I actually think through a vlog while I'm vlogging, because there is a process. It's very internalized, but there is a process, and it is very mentally not draining, but it takes mental power when I'm vlogging. This is my big lesson, and this is what I'm going to say to all of you because I feel like this is going to be relatable to some of you. We talk about doing it all, and you can't do it all, not all the time. And so like, this is the thing I'm learning. I can do everything, but I can't do everything every day. Some days not everything is going to get done. Other days I'll have a really ambitious list and I tick through it, and by the end of the day it's all done. Other days I have an ambitious list and it doesn't all get done and stuff gets rolled over to the next day. But by the end of the week or the end of the month, everything I wanted to get done does get done. That's the important thing I think to keep in mind. When you feel like things aren't getting done, they will get done eventually. Looking back through my past, every time I felt like I'm not going to finish this, I'm not going to complete this, it's all going to, it's not going to work out, it's all going to fall apart, it all got done. Every book I've published has gotten published. My dissertation, I thought that was never going to get finished. That got finished. I graduated. I've got the diplomas not, yeah, it's on that shelf. It's just behind a picture, but it's there. I got the diploma. I have the proof. I finished my PhD. So yeah, it does all get done eventually, and it's still the beginning of the semester, and I need to not allow myself to get super overwhelmed by everything. But focusing on the positives, I did get 3 chapters done. I was on a roll. I was trying to just get one more chapter done. So I read chapter 13 earlier today. And so after the last time I talked to you all, I laid down on the couch and I was just going to do chapter 14, and I forgot how chapter 14 ends. And I had to keep reading. Oh no, but I like the scene that comes next, so I've got to keep reading the beginning of chapter 15. And then once I started reading chapter 15, because I did think you could just read like half of chapter 15, and then like maybe tomorrow you can do the rest of 15 and all of 16, and like do a chapter and a half instead of just one. But no, I then finished chapter 15. So tomorrow I will try to at least proofread chapter 16 before I go to work tomorrow. And the newsletter is done. I haven't completely finished it to schedule it. It's still in the editing phase. So tomorrow when I get home from work, I can look through it one more time and make sure it's how I want it and then schedule it. But yeah, FYI, this video will be going up on Wednesday, so if you want to sign up to read the next newsletter, it will be going out in just a couple days if you are watching this on the Wednesday. So click the link in the description box below, and I'd love to have you join the email list. But with that shameless plug, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna read a little bit first, but then I'm gonna go to bed because tomorrow, I've probably overdone it today. I was feeling really good for the most part. I had a lot of energy on my walk this morning. That kind of then ended up carrying me through the day. Like I continued having a good amount of energy throughout the day, but I think I overdid it. And I wasn't completely thinking that like, oh, Andrea, you've got a really long day tomorrow. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd really appreciate that. Say hi in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. So I guess just on the topic of like fall routines or just daily routines in general, like do you have one daily routine that you just are able to stick with all the time, or do you switch up your routine periodically throughout the year because your schedule changes or just because you get bored of having the same routine? Like, let me know your thoughts on daily routines. Do you just wing it every day? I would love to know. So let's chat routines in the comments down below, and I will see you all down there. And I will also see you very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. I'm gonna go read for a little bit and go to bed now. Okay, bye.